Hello everyone, this is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net. There you can find out more about me. You can see our products. You could place an order. You could sign up to do a workshop or to join my team. Anything I can help you out with, any questions, please reach out to me. Okay, so this week I have been sharing with you this month's paper pumpkin, all the little things. Okay, and in it, and I showed you the colors yesterday in my video yesterday. I'd hoped to do a second one yesterday, but my day just didn't go quite the way as planned. Isn't that always the way? So I wanted to come on today and do it and just give you some more alternatives. I introduced the kit yesterday and I showed how it was recommended to do it. I showed some alternatives, and today I want to do some fun folds. Okay, so if you didn't get to see yesterday, you can go back either here on Facebook or you can look on YouTube to catch that. All right, so one of the things this month we got this extra, it's hard to see it here, but this little organizer, you can do it in different ways. This one I did it so that it would I could put my supplies for this month's kit in it. One of the ways that they suggested doing it was like this, so that you could, if you needed a place to store your ink spots, we get one every month. If you stay with it for a whole year, that's 12. So this holds 48 because it's too deep and there's 24 sections. So that would be enough to hold 4 years worth if you wanted to do that. Okay. They are not going to be selling this individually. This was just a one-time thing. Okay. A little special thing for their customers. So the other thing I did want to just mention to you, because I have used a few different things to put my little goodies in here, and I did show you these type of little cups that you also could put your stuff in, because they gave us this is something that I could use month to month if I chose to do so. But I wanted to show you that when I'm done with this, I don't just keep them in there, because obviously I want to use it for something else and I don't want to lose the pieces. So I have found a couple different things. These are snack bags, and these I happen to get from Walmart, but any place they have any type of Ziploc bags, you should be able to find the snack bags. And then they call these portion snack bags, or sometimes I've seen them called 100-calorie bags. And see, on this one it does show you a quarter cup, half cup, 3/4, and a cup for the portions. This one is just without that. This is smaller than the your sandwich size. Okay, there's so many different sizes. There's sandwich size, there's quart size, there's gallon size, on and on. Okay, so this is the snack size, and this is the portion snack size. Okay, so just wanted to share with you, because some of you may need a place. Now, if you're really good and use everything up, then it doesn't matter. But a lot of times I use quite a few things and then still have stuff left over. So, all right. So what I'm going to do first is just show you these. These are the way that Stampin' Up recommended doing these. I am Let's see here. Do I have them over too far? I'm just trying to, I'm trying some different things here, and I don't know, and I am zoomed in because I will zoom back out when I get really working. Let me just see if I can get these so you can see them. Just a little closer. All right, so these are pretty much the way. I may have some minor changes. This one, they did recommend like putting this one like just there popped up, but I didn't like the idea of hiding you know, the whole flower. So one of the ways could be, oh, there's two of them there. One of the ways could even be to just even do it more like this and pop it up so that you still can see at least some from underneath, right? So what I decided to do for one of my alternates was I cut out around those. Now because these are together here, they won't have the white around them, so I took all the white off, okay? So that's what I did on this one. And then I am going to have to pull back out here, because if I don't, I can't keep these all up here like this. So there, it's a little better. And you still can see them. It's just sometimes especially when I'm giving my address, I would just want to be a little closer. Okay, and then this one, see, that was the whole thing. I cut part of it out. So I showed you yesterday how I did that. And then this one, I took the envelope, and I decided I was just going to show you how, you know, do just the plain, but then I decided I really wanted this to show you with this, just something a little different. Okay, just realized this is crooked. I'm going to have to add some more adhesive on that piece. But anyway, so those are pretty much the way they suggested, and then my alternates here. Okay, so for today, I wanted to do a fun fold, and I was looking at a few different things, and one of the people I like to watch is Rachel Tessman. Stamp Your Art Out is her website, and she had done a couple things, and she used the fold that she used is actually my favorite because you can do so much with it. But then as I was working on it, I got thinking, after playing with this, that wouldn't it be kind of fun to have a trifold? So what I did was I cut the envelope and I put the flap on the front, and then I just glued that down, okay? Then, so I folded it over and put it down so that it wouldn't have a raw edge. Then this one, I glued just the back of it, so you can leave just a little bit, like when you're cutting it down. Let's see, what do I have here? I don't have, let me grab out this. Because, just to show you, where's a ruler here? See, this is from there to here's 4.5. So most of like if you want a little bit of a border, you only need 4 inches. So that gives you an extra 1/2 inch. If you did want it to cover the whole front, that's 4 1/4. So you still have a 1/4 inch, so that you could cut it. Like if you cut it, let me just get this straight here so I can hopefully, here I'm going to go in a little bit. Hopefully you can see this a little better. Put this like this. So, and see, let me just, so it's a little easier to see. Maybe there's the fold there. I'll just do this to show you. This is, see, 4 1/2. So if you cut it, if you wanted to have it so that, if you want it so that it totally covers the front, you would cut it right here. But it gives you this little 1/4 inch. If you wanted to have it like this, where it has a little border all around, then you cut it at 4, so you'd have 1/2 inch. So here's the flap, and depending on how you do it, let's see, I'm just going to do it this way so it might be a little easier to see. You're either going to have, the 2 would be where you cut it on this one, because I just moved it over, so sometimes with all those extra little lines, it's harder to see. So basically, make sure I got this on the crease there. I do that, the 1/2 inch on the crease. So if you cut it here, see, it gives you that much. If you cut it here, it's smaller, but it gives you that much, and it is enough to be able to glue that over along the back of your card base. So you just take your card base, you put that on the back. So this, you fold it here, and wherever it's cut, you put it on this part. So when you glue that down, this part is still like this, okay? Then I decided I wanted this part here. So that's what I did, just to give, you know, I could have, it would have been a little smaller to do it that way, but I wanted it this way, okay? And then as I thought about it, I decided I wanted this to be able to just tuck under here to kind of help hold it closed. Now, if you wanted, you could put a little saying down here, whether you stamp something here, like if I stamped it in black, you could see it really well there. I was thinking something like maybe hello friend, or, you know, for you, something like that, which did not come in this kit, but we've had quite a few, we've had those sentiments in some earlier kits. They also could be in some of our other stamp sets. Okay, so if you wanted that. One of the things that I did find, because the white in here, this is like the white from in there, that, here I've got a piece, this is Whisper White. And I don't know how well it shows up on the camera, but it is a little different color. So it might, you could really, I don't know whether this shows it any better, that if you did this, especially if it's over where it's on the white, you could really tell a difference in real life. Even if it doesn't show up on the camera, in real life it's different. So there's a couple things you could do. One of the things would be, grab it over here, and I did do it, and I cut a piece, and I don't know what happened to it. It fell somewhere. I used my trimmer, because I'm not the best at cutting straight with my scissors. And you see this piece, and it really was bigger than I needed, or maybe would want, because look, you just see this hole there. See, it was like this big. So I'd probably, depending on what I cut, especially if it was like for you, or, you know, one of the things I mentioned, then I probably would make it a little thinner. That's one of the ways. So you could use some of the scraps, and that was from the scraps that of the die cuts. The other thing is, if you wanted, because one of the things I'm going to show you next is, I'm going to use just the front of this. So I'm going to cut it here. So that gives you this piece, which you could use, you know, card as part of a card base or whatever. But you also could use that to cut up to do some different sentiments. So you've got a few choices there of what you might be able to do. Okay, so this one, and then I realized, because, and I kind of messed it up a little, the paper, it was thin enough that I decided to put a little bit of the cardstock behind it. So you can see here too, I don't know if it shows up, but that's the basic way. It is a little different, but I just went with it. And just to give that a little more, what's the word I want, to just kind of make it a little bit stronger. But it's part of it was because as I was playing with it, I was trying to figure out as I went, and I was putting things together, and I didn't have everything figured out. So if I had it all figured out, I might not have needed that. But anyway, so to celebrate today, and then I did that on the inside, and I'll wait till I'm giving it to somebody to decide what I want to put there. But I just thought that was kind of a fun little way to do that, a different way to use the envelope, and just a different little fold. Okay, a trifold. Okay, but what I'm going to spend the time on today is doing one of my favorite folds, which if you've watched me for any length of time, I've told you that I'm going to bring this over here, actually, is to, oh, I don't want to do this one, though. Where's my, I'm going to do one of my plain card bases that I have with the basic white. So I'm going to go out a little bit so it's easier to see it. Now, so this is 8.5 by 5.5. I scored it 4 1/4 because that's a regular card base. Okay, and then the front, you can either score it at 2 1/8, or sometimes scoring it, I find I don't get it quite in the right spot, or you can just fold it in half like that, and get my bone folders here. There. Okay, let me move this out of the way, sorry. This. Okay. Or I could have folded it this way. Alright, so there's a couple. So when you fold it this way, you could even do like last week I showed from last month. I did that, and then this, I ended up folding down, the corner down, the little corner fold. You could do that. You could just, it could just be like this. You could leave it like this, have different things there. So when it sits up, it would be like this, okay? Or you could fold it back and have something here and something there and open it like this. Or you could make it this, when you do this way, you could make a type of easel card, and you could either just have it be a small one this way, or you could put the whole piece on, and it would be like this, and then when you open it, it's like that. Okay, so to show you, here it is. Now this one is the first one I made up ahead of time. This, see, did it that way. That's the easel card. Okay, so again, in this one I wanted to show you a little bit, because I mentioned yesterday, if you were watching, that one of the things I did see Rachel do was, because these had white around them, and if you cut them apart, then you lose some of that white. Well, is that the one? Nope, it was this one. Sorry, I was going to show you. Yes, this right here. It's really hard to see, but I cut this out, and when I did, there was no white around it. So she used, well, again, the die cut. She cut a little piece. She glued it down. It was actually has to go all the way. This one had to go like pretty much that whole way like that. She glued it behind and then let it dry, and then she trimmed it out with a little bit of white. I'm not the best, so it maybe not be the best amount of white or done quite the best way. But then I didn't have to necessarily trim around everything, but it was here and here that I had to put extra pieces. This one was just the individual one they gave us. Okay, so, but that's one way. Of course, the other way would be that you could put it on a bigger piece of the cardstock and cut around it there also. But anyway, so this I just took our regular, just the one piece that they had. But what I did on here was, when I had made my one alternate, this, how I trimmed off part of this, here's this. Let me bring this over. I trimmed this here and here, and I decided on this one to just use this one piece, and I turned out this little piece I ended up trimming off. See, these are over, this is over here. This, I didn't use that piece. Wait, is that the one? Wait a minute, let me make sure I got it right. Nope, it had to be over here on the side. I get a little mixed up. Oh, this one. I trimmed that off. I didn't use that. I just used this piece. Okay. And once I cut it, it like, because the orientation changes and it threw me a little bit. But I put that on, I put that piece like right on, I used this for the front, and I folded it in half. And then I put that piece that I cut, this piece right here, I put it right on here, and I cut off all this extra white on the edge. So I did that, and I just went right to here, basically. This wasn't here either, because that was on the other card. So this little branch right here, I could have left this on if I wanted, or maybe even just moved it down just a little bit and trimmed off the edge. so that the edge of that would be like right there. You know, I wouldn't have glued it on, but because when you pick it up, it would be like this. But I decided I didn't choose to do that, especially because I put the flowers over it. And I just did this, the one that's the 3, and I just put some dimensionals underneath this part so it stands up a little bit. Then for this, I wanted something to help it stand out a little bit, not just, because you want something here that's elevated to act as a stopper for this. So this, the white was this that they gave us, and I used some of the envelope that I cut apart, and I made it just a little bit bigger, and then I rounded the corners. I could have maybe made it, it's not exactly even all the way around, but it was okay. I thought it was okay, but you could make it, you know, you could make it a little more if you wanted. And then I glued this underneath there, and I popped this up, this whole thing up on dimensional so that it would act as the stopper for this. Okay. So that way I've shown you things with this, with the easel card, quite a few times. Okay. So what I wanted to show you today is just a little different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an easy Z-fold card like this. I'll just show you like this. See, it's like there. Here's the base right here. This is the base, and then I folded it back so it went back so it went back like this. Okay. And then I took a whole piece like that, and I'm like this, and just put, so it could be, so I wanted to show you that you could, now this happens to be, that's my, but because they gave us some white ones, since I've got that one folded, I'm going to end up using that, but I could, this one is all white. This is, I could folded this just like that. And then this, and trim this down, cut this in 2, and put this over the front. Okay, like this. And then you can see on the back, it does look, it is a different color on the back. That one I did on basic white. Maybe I will do it on here. Just, I want to show you, I will show you that one. So, this one, and then this one, I cut these apart. Wait, are those? Yes. See right there, I cut. So what I did is I took this, and I cut this and this, and the little one that I had used somewhere. Here's a little one. Oh, right here, that little one goes with these two. Okay, so I had these, I had cut that out for that, and I had these two left together, and I trimmed them apart. I didn't worry about the white because I covered over with this one the areas that I trimmed the white away. That's another way to get away with it. And then I just left this one. I did the back of this and this. I just used the Balmy Blue and the blending brush to put that blue on. And then I decided, what did I want on the inside? And I thought, I played around a little bit, and this is what I did. I tried a few different combinations of colors. Okay. And actually, these are basically the same, just this is stamped, the shaded spruce is stamped off. And I decided I liked this one the best. Okay, so I used the shaded spruce stamped off, the Granny Apple Green for the dots, and then I used both the Calypso Coral, the darker one there, and the Petal Pink for the flowers. Okay, just to, and I left that blank because it's like a thank you card, and you know, thank you cards, a lot of times you just want to really write something in there, and you got quite a bit of writing you could do here. Well, I got some stuff on the back, but basically you could write on the back too. And if sometimes happens, I end up getting like extra ink on here. If I really wanted that to be able to write on, or I wanted to cover it up, I could just put another piece of white cardstock over that to hide that. Okay, so see, this is like the Z, like this. So my favorite fold, you can easily make a Z card. All right, Z fold card. So I'm going to move these out of the way, so for this one, I'm going to, I'm going to put, oh wait, no, I'm going to put it just to this side. I want the crease just a little bit. Well, maybe I can do it. Let's see here. This is really be at 4 1/4. And let me see if that looks okay. Oh, it does. Sometimes because of see on the back, you can see the ridge from where it folded a little bit here, but that's not going to show when I get it on the inside. And so I'm just doing it this way, so you don't necessarily have to have the extra cardstock unless you want it, okay? So I cut this apart, and now this is the white card base that they gave us. And you can, I'll just show you in case you, would like to do this, you can just do this at 4 1/8. Now, there are 2 1/8. There's 2 and 2 1/4, so 2 1/8 is the middle one right there. Okay, so here we go. And I maybe did get it over just a little bit, but that's why a lot of times, see, it is over just a little bit on the edge, but it'll be all right. Okay, so this is going to go right on here, but before I do that, I'm going to decorate it, just make sure it's the way I want it. Okay, and for the inside, I think I'm going to start with the inside first, just to get that, make sure that's how I want it. I'm going to get some scrap paper. Well, hey, Meg, I just happened to look over. Thanks for watching. Now, okay, so this one, I'm going to do a little bit of the Calypso Coral on here. And actually, oh, that's not Calypso Coral. That's yep. I keep forgetting it's called Petal Pink. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do a little bit of that. Because see how this is like lighter there? It's like the two of them. So I'm going to go. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one, and got a little bit, must have had some on my finger, and I touched that. I went over a little, oh look, I got over a little too far. I'm not paying attention because I'm looking at, anyway. Oh my gosh. See, that's why I try to be really careful to not get those smudges, but I'm going to do the lighter one and see if it will help lighten it up a little, maybe. So, of course, when I'm on with you, I mess it up kind of. Oh, well. There, I'm just going to make it darker here on purpose. So it's darker than the front, but oh well. That's good. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I have to stop because I'll only make it worse. Oh my. Okay. So there's that. And so out here, I wanted to use this. Now, I can just do it like that, like I did. Let me just bring out the ones that I did yesterday. There's a couple that I did here using. So here's the long one with some extra flowers. Here's this partial one with the greenery. Here's a partial one with some other flowers. So really, you could do it almost any way you want. And I don't think I have a partial one. Oh, I do. You could even do this, because this one, maybe even do something almost like this, because that was this part. If you had because I used that one little part, or you could use this little part, you know, had a whole one and then add the little part there. So let me just see what I just wanted something that I didn't do before, something that's a little different. So maybe I will do that. Like that. And I'll pop stuff up. I just wanted to kind of get an idea of if I can make it work and like the way it looks. And actually, maybe I could even do it almost like... Part of it's hard is I'm trying to not really hide any of the flower. Well, that one wouldn't matter, I guess, so much. So, or would I want it? Let me just see here. You know, play around a little bit here. What might I want to do here that would be different? If that goes that way. I just had a general idea, and then I thought, well, maybe not. Like, once again, I had an idea of what I might want to do, and then I get here and I said, oh, wait, maybe I want to do it differently. Let me see. If I can, I just want to see if I can put this there, maybe more like that, because then you can pretty much see all the flowers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and again, you can use glue, you can use a tape runner. We've got our Stampin' Seal. All right, so if I put this one, I think, hopefully I can get this right. Wait, how did I do that a minute ago? And of course, and I don't remember exactly what I just did, right? If this is here, so I wanted that to kind of come from down here. All right, maybe more like this. Try it tipped a little bit this way. That's funny because now I can't get it to do what it did before. But actually, maybe if I do it, one of the things when I use this, it does, until I really press down on it, I can pick it up like that. All right, let me try this again. Okay, actually, I think I'm going to do this. And then I am going to press that down, but this, I'm going to leave this not pressed down because I don't know if I can get this to do it. I wanted them to look like they're coming from the same branch, though, and I kind of messed that up, didn't I? They're from the same tree. Ah, maybe it's more like this. Nope. Maybe I'll trim it apart, but let me just see here. Why did it seem to work and then until I want to really put it down? All right, do this one more time. That's like that. Okay, there. That's like that. That's like that. I will have that popped up just a little bit. So right here, and I may even, I think I'm going to use my mini dimensionals, which they gave us the regular size dimensionals, but I have some mini ones, so I'm going to put them under this. I'm going to leave the backing on the one right now because I want to be able to slip this under there. So if I slip that under there, yeah, like that. So this one I'm gonna, so let me see. So some of these are gonna be flat, and some I'm gonna, and this one will be flat. Okay, so this will be like this. Now I can take the backing off here. There. So that's popped up a little there. And grab this. Grab my take your pick tool, because that'll help me put these where I want them. I want one there. Where did I? Here they are. Right in front of my face. And I'm like, oh no, where did I put it? And this one, actually, I think I might put one under here also. Silly me, I just sometimes, there, just a little bit, give a little shadow behind, and I want some here. So those I might do this one under here, I think. Put this right there, and this right there. And before I take the backing off, so those will go like that. Maybe one more little one under here. Okay. There. So they're just up a little bit, like that. Can't believe I got that so dark in there. Oh well. And then this will go like this. I'm going to put something down here on the bottom. What do I want to have to look? Where's my... Of course, right now I don't... What I did with my thing where I stamped all of them on. But it says, I don't want sympathy. Enjoy your day. Celebrate today. Let's see here. I think I'm going to do, I only have celebrate today. I do have it a couple times. I'm going to do celebrate today. I'm going to do it in black. You could do it in any of the colors. And there's just a little bit of the dark green there. But here it goes. Now, the one thing, too, that you might want to do, because it's hard, the way that they have the cursive on here, the celebrate, I would say focus on today, the word today, and make sure that kind of like that's, see if hopefully I did that correctly. Yeah. So that try and get it, look at the word today and try and get the bottom of it like parallel here. You really need it. And the same with the enjoy your day, that one especially. Let me just, here on this piece of paper, I'll show you. You want to look at the your, because if you don't, see, if you look at the your, it gets, but it's very easy to look at the enjoy and to try and get that, and it goes, see, you might get a little more crooked when you look at the your. And I think that on the sympathy one, let me just look at here. You probably want to look more at the with deepest. And hopefully I got, yeah, because that helps. So if you look at the non-cursive words, okay, the printed words, and use those, like focus on getting that straight the way you want your sentiment to go. The rest should fall into place. So I just had this idea, but I don't know, do I have my, I wonder if, I'm just going to try this. My water brush. See if I can maybe lighten this up a little. Gives you a little different look too. And sometimes you just need a little. Okay, I'm going to have to let that dry. I don't know if it's really, gonna help or not. You can use your let me just see, do I have it over here? Plugged in over here? No. I don't know what I did with my heat tool right now. Oh yes, wait, this is it. Yeah, I don't have my heat tool handy. I'm still rearranging. Oops, still rearranging stuff in here. But you could use your heat tool, heat gun, and then that will help dry it. And okay, so the best way to be able to glue this on, you want to keep that down, and you're going to put your glue right along this edge, whether, oh, is this at the end of that? Of course it is. Oh, there's enough of this here. Okay, just the very edge there, and then the very edge of this. And I do two. And then you're going to line this top corner, you line the top corner up there, and then look down and do this. See, because then you've got the glue was on this edge and the glue's on that edge, so none of it is over here because you don't want any of it there. So there's that. And I had this thought. Let me see. Now, there's a couple things. Oh, so one of the things I did, so I was trying to when I was trying to figure out, you know, like how I might like my colors, because these stamps, they are more like those flowers than the other. But so here's the darker, or I could even do it with black because it has the black. There, it's stamped off. And where's the other one I had? Of course, now I'm not going to find it, right? Yeah, oh, here it is. Silly me. Or the lighter colors. But I almost think, because I didn't do that. Where's my scrap paper? Right here. Let me try this here. And where's this? See if I can get a little bit of the orange on, because then it might help me. There. Let me just see, because I used it has a black stem. Let me just try this. Open. Where's my Stampin' Pierce mat? This. There's that. And then, whoops, get the right, almost had the wrong color there. Okay. And you know what, last time I made sure I got a good, make it a little darker on here. A little extra. Sample over it again, because I wanted these flowers a little darker. They still will be lighter than this one. And then like that. There's just a little green on there. Let me just see. Do the lighter green here, this one. Let's see if I like how this looks with the green. Or actually, you know what, let me do this. So this is what I did. Where's my scissors here? Just to kind of get a little idea, I just do this. And this is just so I can kind of trial what color I might give it a try. What color do I like? How do I like it the best? Would I like it maybe like this, just that, or would I like it better? I could do a second one, but I'm just going to try this one with a little bit of the green on it. Kind of more like this. And you open it, or this could even be over here. Let me just, whoops, get this out of the way. Lay it flat. It could be here in this corner, or it could be over here in this corner. I think I'm going to like it in there. I think, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the black. I can find it right here. And then this could be for a birthday. It could be an anniversary. It could be promotion at work. It could be an anniversary. It could be almost anything. Okay, so where's my clean this? So start with that, and then get my it's dark enough you can't even see the lighter on it, so I gotta do the dark, I guess. Dark. Yeah, it's too dark. It's not gonna work, is it? Not very well. Oh well, I'm gonna have to play. I may have to play around. Maybe I'll just do another. That's what I'll do. Do it really quickly here, hopefully. See if I can get this right this time. Where's my... Because I don't like... It definitely is way too dark. So, try this again. Do the lighter one. I mean, I should have started with a different card base, but I got this extra piece that I cut off, right? So I might as well use it. It's a little better. Like that. Try this later one right here. Okay, now it's a little better. Try it one more time. It still may be too dark for those flowers. I don't know. Can I get these lighter ones on here or not? And of course, the other thing could be, I could always do them on another piece of paper and cut it out. Yeah, it's a little, let me just try a couple. Here, I'm going to have this other idea. Could maybe, okay, let me try. The other thing I can try is this and this. Let me see if that'll work. This and this. This and this. So I probably should have made it even lighter than I did, right? And that. So there's those lighter ones. Yeah. It's a little better, and I do want some green now for sure on here. And maybe just a little more. Do I want it in the center, kind of? There. Now that greenery. Yeah, that's better. But I could, let me just show you, if I wanted, here's my, which I might do, still do with these. Here's this. Nope, that's not the color I want. Where's my 1, 2, 3, and I may do them even, because they still will be lighter. Do just a little. Okay. The other thing is that you could also obviously use your, I just had those black scissors. Where did I put them? You also could use the little flowers that we have extras. I'm going to close this up. And I lost my snips. Typical. I know it's not just me. This kind of stuff happens to everybody. They're not there. Okay. So much for my snips. Okay, 1 second. Anyway, all right. As soon as I finish here, they'll be like, I know they are probably right near me. You guys may have even seen what I did with them, because a lot of times it happens, you know, you're watching somebody, they put something down, or it's somewhere you can see it and they can't, and you're like saying, it's right there, it's right there. All right, well, I'm gonna just finish this off here. Oh, maybe I'll do a line here too, just get the edges down since it's all right. So there's that. Okay, see, so my Z fold, and the crazy lady here, and if I want, I could give it even a little more bling by just, let's see, I put that there. Actually, I'm going to put a couple more of these here. 3. There. There we go. There's that. That's not bad. But I will probably, I'll take a picture when it's done, and when I find my snips so I can cut those. All right. See, and I could have, if I wanted, even do this. See, that's another possibility. But I really like just having the front be real glitzy and the inside not as glitzy. The other thing is you could also put like your, there's a few things we have that you could put on, like Wink of Stella. If you want, like over where this is, you could put, I could scatter like a few flowers over here too, which I might do. But anyway, so there's that. I'm going to stop now because it'll just get crazier if I don't. So here's the cards that from today. All right, so these are like, it's hard to kind of put them so you can really see them well, but maybe. All right, so there's that. Get under there. Suddenly it doesn't want to cooperate. Oh my gosh, it went there. I was going to say it went right in before. Here's these. Okay. And these. All right, so there we go. Trying to, so you can kind of see them. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a great weekend, and until we meet again, happy crafting, my friends. Bye-bye.